All right. So first thing I did was I went ahead and unhooked the stereo and slid it out of the frame. Like I said, that was just screaming to be stolen anyway. I need to get a couple of screws. I did find a Browning shift handle, but it doesn't thread on and tighten down, so I don't know what's going on the inside of that. So I may Healy coil it, or I may throw some Teflon tape around it so it works, but it does fit. I just gotta make that work. Then I'm gonna pull this seat out, passenger side seat, because I need to get the air box out of the way so that I can replace the heater core that I just bought, because I ordered that and the motor mounts. I do need to do something about those pedals so they're not so slick when you're driving and get wet. So I need to find some sort of rubber replacements for that. I think the other thing I'm going to work on is these door handles, or lack of door handles. That one's broke off. That's the bolt broke off right there, so that needs to come out of there. So yeah. And what else can I do? Apparently that center console wasn't bolted down. I went to move it and it just slid out of the way, so put that back there. Don't know if that's actually for this Jeep or not, but we'll figure out a way to mount it to the floor, call it good. So that's my next goal, is to go ahead and get the seat up and out of the way. I've been looking online trying to find a rear seat with the cargo box underneath it. I may do away with the rear seat completely and maybe just put like a racing seat in the middle, because I don't really plan on I don't have anybody I would take with me anyway. So other than having a passenger seat, I really don't need a back seat, but I would like to have a couple of boxes are back there that I can secure. So need to hunt down either some metal boxes that I can run inside there, that I can conceal, or that I can secure real good, or modify this seat so it sits on top of them or something. I don't know, I'll figure that out. But yeah, so the stereo equipment, it looks like they use some good old-fashioned, I don't even know what kind of tape that is. Never seen that before. UV resistant line tape. So who knows, but yeah, it's pretty hinky wiring job. Thin wires all jacked up, so we're gonna get rid of all that. If I do put a radio back in, it will fit down there in the factory hole. I do have an old radio that I don't mind if it gets wet, but I play in a lot of mud and water, so all that shit gets wasted anyway, so it's not really that big a deal. I would like to have a CB mounted up in here somewhere, so that would probably be up high. We'll have to see what I can come up with. All right, so next on, I'm going to hunt down, I believe those are 9/16 or equivalent. Was that a 14? And I need to figure out what they did. It's a Phillips head screw that they stuck through there. So I need to get a long screwdriver and get those out of there, because there's one on each side. All right, so last thing I was able to do was get the stereo out and get its wires disconnected, and then it started to pour, so I had to go inside, and it's been a couple of days. So it is currently not raining, but the floor pan has some water on it. We've got a couple of places where it looks like it's leaking. Trying to see where. Looks like we got some leaks on the driver's side as well. It looks like the seat's not bolted in either. We've got a little bit of water there. don't think it's the top leaking. That window was opened a little bit and it was raining pretty hard, so it looks like mostly maybe a leak somewhere along the front dash area, probably the vent. Those are known to leak. I got a water spot right there, so it's definitely coming in up there somewhere. I've got a pretty big spot right there. So we will have to hunt down the leaks. Alright, I'm going to back the Jeep up. I'm still planning on taking the seat out, but I want to see if I can get my dog to jump up in here. So let's back it out of here and see what we can do. Well, it only took her a few coaxings and she jumped right in. Ruru, come. Good girl. You can do it. Up. Up, up. Come on. You're on the wrong side. Up. Yeah, she takes to that pretty good. Good girl. All right, well, you want down? Up. Come on. Up, up. Root. Up, up. Perfect. Good girl. All right, so get these bolts out. Let's see here. I grabbed a 15. So I'm gonna pull these two front bolts out, and then I'll get to the back ones here in a second. I'm taking the seat out so I can get to the heater core, get myself up in there. That way I'm not stretching around stuff. Yeah, I could do it if I really tried without doing it, but I also know that there's a broken bolt or something under the seat, so I want to fix that too while I've got it out. All right, have all four bolts out and I'm ready to take the seat out. I'm gonna have to find a place to put the bolts. I might put them back in the holes just for now. Finding all this weird chrome caps or something. No idea what those go to. Alright, so seats out. This one side here is missing a bolt, so I will have to figure out a bolt for that so I can put that back together. These seats have been in the weather. The bottoms are rusty, so probably going to change the seats out anyway, just because that's pretty ugly. But we'll see. But at least now I have some room to work up in here, get myself in and out without having to twist over everything. So that's pretty easy. I'm gonna go ahead and put the 4 bolts back into the holes real quick. Yeah, to remove this broken bolt for the door, I'm gonna have to hunt down a pair of vice grips or something, see if I can get on there. It seems in there pretty tight too. So we're gonna have to figure that out. What else we got to go in here? So other thing, I guess I could play with the start it up and let it idle for a bit, see how long it takes to heat up. I don't know if the gauges work or any of the light stuff, so we'll have to play around with that for a second, see what we can come up with. Definitely want to probably pull that back seat out as well. And these speakers will probably be heading out too. Not so much a big fan of all this stereo equipment. I'm not even sure if that's factory or aftermarket. I'm not sure how that even goes on there. It's on there pretty good though. So they'll have to figure that out too. So one downside to this light bar is the top rests on it, so you can't really let it go. But I opened this up because the other day I noticed that this wasn't painted, And I was trying to figure out why, and then I saw in another video that that's supposed to be part of the battery tray hold down, and it would kind of explain why this is all booger cut. I'm not sure what it's sitting on. Maybe they tried to put a bigger battery in here, cut that up to make it fit. Yeah, it's kind of hinky. Everything they've done is really kind of jinky on the battery, so I'm definitely going to be sorting that shit out. And I believe if I relocate this guy and make a little bit wider tray, I think I can slide 2 batteries in there, maybe. Definitely don't need the factory jack. It won't even reach the axles with this thing, so I'll probably throw that in the back for a spare. I found out that these wires here are for daylight running and to have a turn signal in the headlights, but clearly they don't have that shit hooked up. You're just finding little things that need to be fixed and addressed, so we will definitely be going through that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this thing up, see how the temperature goes. It doesn't have much gas, so I don't want to run it on empty. But at least the stock airbox placement is still here, this bracket. So I will be, or I did order the motor mounts, transmission mount, heater core, a blower motor, because I don't know if this one's good or bad, and since I'm going to have the box out, I might as well replace it anyway. It was like $33. After checking Rock Auto, local parts store, Amazon, and eBay, I got everything except for the blower motor from Amazon, because it ended up being $15 cheaper than the Rock Auto, and the parts house was like $100 something bucks more because it was really expensive. So I got a kit with the motor mounts and the transmission mount, and then I bought the heater core, so that was like $60. The blower motor was 20 some odd dollars on Rock Auto, but by the time he added the shipping, it was like $56, and I got it from Amazon or from eBay for $33 and some change shipped. That was cheaper than Amazon, which was $59. So I definitely am pricing stuff around. Also, I ordered a stock airbox from eBay. It was like $95, and it comes with the hoses, and the 2 hoses, the box, and the part that goes to the throttle body, because even though this AEM has a EO sticker, this EO sticker comes back to a Honda Civic, so clearly they just threw it in there, and I'm not going to take a chance of going to the smog and having them fail it for a modified and then having to go, spend more time to go to the referee. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a stock airbox, throw it in here. It's just a couple of bolts, and I can pop it back out and throw this stupid thing back in, or get something else to put in there. I'm kind of wanting to put a snorkel in, so that probably will be something I do down the road. We will see. But okay, so let me get this thing warmed up. Seems to idle really good. I mean, I had thrown, I just put the key in it this morning. I haven't started it pretty much since I drove it in the backyard the other day, and been pretty good, so. Fires right up, so. Not hearing any vacuum leaks. I am hearing a little rattle right here. Could be the idler pulley, because it doesn't look like that's been changed, so. clicking is definitely on the passenger side. Alright, let's just take a quick look. And like I said, I literally backed it out of the yard, the driveway there, and just so I could get the dog in and out. And, so the temperature gauge hasn't moved. Gas gauge says it's just above empty. Yeah, there's a bunch of water in the vent. As soon as I turned it on, it started flushing it out. But it sounds like the blower motor's working. But I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, there's a lot of water up in that cowling. I'm definitely gonna have to figure out. There should have been a drain on there somewhere. So either the drain's plugged or it's disconnected. So I'll find out where the drain is. If not, I will drill a hole in the bottom of the bucket and then route it out to the floor, so that any water that does get in there has a place to go instead of just hanging out inside the box. Let's see if I can. Tachometer seems to be working. It's hard to tell. I can't see if the lights are on. I guess it is, maybe. Yeah. So they seem to be working a little bit. Oops, get my damn leg out of there. I guess I'll set the emergency brake just because. Is the temperature moving at all yet? Maybe a little. Oil pressure does seem to be coming up. Battery looks like it's about doing its thing. So. Alright. But yeah, seems to run pretty good. So in order to get the air box out, I'm going to have to go ahead and remove the tray anyway. So that's something I'm going to have to work on. There's a bolt back there behind the motor, and I think 2 or 3 underneath the battery. So all of that will come out, and that will give me access to that piece of wood that's down there. It's hard to see. Not sure what that piece of wood is, so definitely want to figure out why they stuck that in there. Just trying to see if there's anything abnormal. Don't hear any exhaust leaks on this side anyway. Most likely I will end up doing an oil change. It looks like they even put a new clutch fan on there too. So supposedly this thing has 236,000 miles. At least that's what that says. I'm curious to see if it does or doesn't. So it has a locking gas cap, but they didn't give me a key, which is fine because I know how to open those. Oh, the other thing I found here the other day was when I was looking around here, the ends of the bumper are completely rusted out. So we have a booger cut to make the tire fit. The ends are all rusted. So this bumper is garbage anyway. So it's going to go in the trash. I don't think I can save any bit. I'll probably throw this up for sale. It might not be worth anything, but somebody might want to stock spare tire holder. But for what I'm gonna do, it's not gonna be, it's just gonna be in the way. So the question will be either buy a bumper or build a bumper. We'll go from there. They did put these aftermarket taillights on here. They're all grayed out, which is kind of cool. I guess I should turn the lights on and see what they look like. Yeah, okay. They light up all right. Yeah, supposedly, the side markers, blinkers, headlights. Oh, we have a headlight that's out. Oh, okay, so wiggled it around a little bit, came on. Let's see what happens if we turn the blinkers on. So Dash is saying we got blinkers, we got a blinker, we got a blinker. Got a blinker. Let's check the other side. Blinker, blinker. And blinker. All right, so we have blinkers and headlights. Do hear a little rattle now. I think that is the clutch or something inside rattling. Nope, that's the exhaust sitting on the steel plate. That's what that noise is. Yep. All right, and the blinker's working on the dash as well. Temperature gauge is coming up. That's good. So it looks like the gauges are working. Let's see. Hazard is. Okay, we got lights. We got a click. Okay, hazards are working. Okay, so I can't really take the heater housing out with the vehicle sitting out here in the driveway because I got to put it behind the fence. So I guess I'll put the seat back in and roll it forward and go from there. But yeah, something's definitely got to click up here. Well, thanks for watching.